It's the worst case of catfishing we've ever seen. A celebrity imposter who blackmailed and harassed other young women in a cruel fraud that went on for years. Her lies finally unravelled, but the damage was already done.
We just need to know, why did you do this? Why?
For years, she pretended to be anyone but herself.
You harassed people online, your best friends.
Masquerading as Australian actor Lincoln Lewis to lure and con unsuspecting female victims who believed they were in a relationship with the celebrity.
How do you feel about what happened to that victim of yours who took her own life? Do you feel any responsibility for that?
But now Lydia Abdelmalik has been unmasked.
You're a catfish. You're probably Australia's worst catfish.
And remember her face, because this catfish has been caught. For those who don't know, a catfish is a person who lures someone into a relationship by creating a made-up online persona.
Feeling powerful, having an ability to manipulate another person and actually getting enjoyment and pleasure from that manipulation.
Dr. Vanda Brink is a clinical psychologist.
I think it's a harsh call to say that anyone's stupid for falling for a catfisher. We all want to be liked and we all want to feel that, someone is interested in us.
Your face is out there now. You can't hide behind someone else's picture.
The catfish thrives in the murky, anonymous waters of the internet, but Lydia's sick lies had tragic, real-life consequences.
You're a God-fearing woman. Why did you assume someone else's identity and all these other identities and trick people and traumatise them? Did you know what your daughter was doing online? Sir, did you know...
Posing as Lincoln Lewis, Lydia reached out to a former childhood friend of the star in 2011. They began an online romance. Lydia would send suggestive photos of Lincoln, and the victim would send back raunchy photos of herself. Down the track, Lydia would threaten to reveal those photos publicly. She'd even send them to the victim's family.
It is disgusting behaviour. It's wrong.
Lydia created a cast of other personas and sent cruel and frightening messages to the victim. "Your life is about to come crashing down," one message said. "We're just getting started. You have no one to support you," another read.
What sort of person stalks and harasses and fools people like that?
The young female victim eventually took her own life.
When one is engaged in a relationship that feels really tight and closed and their self-esteem is stripped, that can lead them to a really dark place and leave them very vulnerable.
Lydia used Lincoln Lewis to establish a connection with another female victim. It was a similar story, and that woman has now been left with serious mental health issues. The catfish even used fake profiles to stalk and harass her own best friend who was about to get married. Lydia was supposed to be the bridesmaid.
We've never heard anything like this, Lydia.
After victims came forward to police, Lydia was arrested. Investigators raided her Lalor home in April 2016, finding mobile phones packed with usernames, passwords, phone numbers and photos of her victims. She's been found guilty of stalking 6 people, a magistrate describing the circumstantial evidence as overwhelming. At a separate hearing this morning, A Current Affair became the first media outlet to confront the catfish.
Are you worried you'll go to jail for your lies, Lydia? During today's proceedings, Lydia showed absolutely no remorse. In fact, while her victims were being spoken about in the courtroom, she sneered and scoffed.
The 29-year-old's parents supported her in court.
Do you realise someone has taken their own life here? Oh, excuse me.
Lydia's motive for this deception remains a mystery.
It's about trying to feel worthwhile, in control, manipulating someone else and puppeteering another human being so that they can feel like they're totally in control.
Abdel Malik will be sentenced in June. Lincoln Lewis had no idea his identity was being used and has condemned her behaviour. He's also thanked police for their work. And if you or someone you know needs help, there is support available. Contact Lifeline. The number is on your screen now, 131114. That's 131114.